Good afternoon, everyone. I am Abhay Fogart. I am thrilled to welcome you all in today's workshop, Thrive at B School, present to you by Grad Partners. Thrive at B School is a series of interactive sessions where we deep dive into the MBA experience across top Indian B schools. Today, in session 2, we have Ankita Negi from IIM Kozhikode, Vedansh from XIMB, Shalini Pathak from IIFT Kolkata, Tushar Kanodia from IMT Ghaziabad, and Debolina basu from IIM Kashipur. Each of them will walk us through their complete B school journey. So we'll be talking about their introduction, then post that we'll talk about academics and SIP preparation, committees and clubs, after that case competition, and then we'll go for Q&A. So hi everyone. So we'll start with Ankita. Ankita, can you briefly introduce about you to the audience?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. This is Ankita Negi, and I've done my MBA from IIM Kozhikode, and after which I interned at Accenture Strategy, and I also got a PPO from there. And now it has been a year for me, like working with Accenture Strategy. And well, at IIM Kozhikode, like I was a member of the placements committee that we all are very scared of. Basically, our work over there was. We used to call out companies, we used to convert them for our colleges, and we used to like hold all the scheduling and the slotting of these companies and basically help the students in their SIPs and the final placements. That was a committee which I had joined. And also, in terms of case competitions, I was the campus finalist of two of the case competition, which was Salesforce and Microsoft MCAPs. So, I mean, that's a brief about me over here.
Thank you. So now we'll move on to Vedansh. Vedansh, please go ahead.
Sure, thanks a lot, Grad Partners, for having me here. So, hi everyone, I'm Vedansh Dubey, and I passed out from XIMB from School of Human Resource Management from HR and Domain. Currently, I'm working in Wipro for around 2 years. It's been an amazing journey for me. During my MBA, I was a part of Exemplar, the case competition committee. So, I was the core, I can say, the coordinator of that Exemplar. We used to work with the placement committee. So, earlier in my first year, I was a part of PlaceCom, but then I realized my inclination is more towards case competition. I want to invest more time there. So I left Placecom and I went ahead with the Exemplar, the case competition committee. So in that committee, our major aim was to invite the competition that was not already opening in our campuses, was to organize, train the talent in our B school to help them understand all the tricks, strategies. We also had multiple sessions with Grad Partners. I remember at that time we invited a lot of speakers. Apart from this, we used to help them understand how to use other platforms, how to crack corporate competitions, B school competition, or the formats. And so it's from zero to hero journey that we used to do in our campus. And apart from this, during my first year of my college, I used to be the part of the LitSoc. It was a writing committee. It was a book and writing committee. So I was a part of this. So after that, I was also a part of Prism. So it was a company that is inclined to a diversity, equity, inclusion. So at my first year time, I just tried my hands on multiple committees in club, but after that, I realized I need to focus in one specific domain. So I went ahead with the Exemplar, the area of my interest. And yeah, apart from this, during my internship, I did my internship in Wipro only. I got my PPO from Wipro. I had multiple opportunities because of converting PPO and PPI from case competition. So I was the national winner of Tata Steelathon and have received multiple campus winner, campus finalist. The list is on. So that's all about me.
Okay, thank you, Vedansh. Now we'll move on to Shalini Pathak. Shalini, please go ahead.
Hey, thanks, Abhay. Hi, everyone. Nice meeting you all. I am Shalini, and I am from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, or IIFT, from their Kolkata campus. I interned with Microsoft and ended up getting a PPO and joining Microsoft. Been 2 years that I've been working as a product manager at Microsoft now. Um, I did different things in the college when, if we talk about the clubs and committees, I was a part of public policy club during my first year, ventured there. In the second year, I was a part of the product cell. So I've done a few different things there. In terms of the case competitions, me and my team emerged as the national winners for the Reckitt case competition, or Reckitt Global Challenge, as they call it. I was also part of the campus finalist for Microsoft PM case competition. Ended up getting the gold medal at IIFT. So MBA was a fruitful one. Gained a lot of experience in terms of learning from my peers and networking with them, and eventually landing up at Microsoft. So yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Shalini. Now, Tushar, please go ahead.
Thanks, Abhay. Hello, everyone. This is Tushar Kanodia. It's very lovely to meet you all. I come from IMT Ghaziabad, Institute of Management Technology, Ghaziabad. So during my tenure, I was a part of the placement committee. I think that has been fairly covered by Ankita and Vedansh here. What the placement committee holds significance of and like how the working is. It's scary somewhat to other people, but once you are a part of that committee, you get the right exposure to talk about and talk to corporates in a way that is professional enough, which we don't usually learn. Like being a fresher, I had no idea how to schedule a meeting even. So from the basics till the very advanced skills that you learn during a part of that committee. Apart from that, I did my summer internship in Wipro Consumer Care and Lighting, and I ended up like being fortunate enough to get a PPO in the same company, and I'm currently working there. This is my fourth stint basically. I'm in the 11th month of my joining, so hoping to getting confirmed soon. Apart from that, case competitions were a very significant part of my journey in the B school fraternity, because like I feel that case competitions gave me a real life solution to like the problems that the companies were really facing. Like they don't just put out random problem statements into the B school fraternity. They are giving real life problems that they are facing in the real life scenarios. So helping them solve it and putting my mind into it, like coming from no experience at all, was very refreshing. I also was like our team got the national winners for Flipkart White 7.0 in the business area. Apart from that, there were different campus winners and national semi-finalists and all of that. All of that just due to the passion we had for solving those problems for the companies and doing something. So that's all. It has been a very fruitful journey, and I hope whoever joins a B school does has the same journey like of learning and growing. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tushar. So now we'll ask Debolina to introduce her.
Hi everyone, Debolina here and I belong from I am Kashipur. So again, I belong from the infamous committee, PlaceCom. While being elected in PlaceCom, it was a very fun time because when I got into B school, I did not have any ideas about the clubs and the committee. I just put my name in the first committee, which was conducting their elections. So after going into PlaceCom, there were few things which I had picked up in first year, lost my connection. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, but connection is not stable.
I am so sorry about that. So yes, I was in PlaceCom, and apart from that, I also concentrated on many of the case competitions. So I was actively participating in my first year. So one of the things which I had picked up in first year, I used to always ask my seniors that whatever case comps they are participating in, what were the feedbacks given by the judges. So I ended up in the final rounds of two specific case comp. One, I was a national winner of Reliance TUP, through which I also ended up with a PPO through that. And another one was the IDFC First Bank. I was the second runner-up in the IDFC First. One of the things while even preparing for the case competitions as well as for the summer internships, which I had learned was the analytical skills and the skills you won't be learning throughout the MBA just by taking up the courses, but you need to pick it up by pure learning and talking with the members of the committees and talking with your peers. So those are one of the things. For summer internship, I interned with Tata Steel in marketing and sales department. I was working with international business, and I also landed up with a PPO of Tata Steel. And currently, I'm working with Tata Steel itself. I joined Tata Steel, and it has been exactly 1 year because I completed my first work anniversary here in on 6th of May.
Thank you, Debolina. Great to hear that you have completed your anniversary, first anniversary at Tata Steel. So now everyone will move on to academics and SAP preparation. So we will hear from our speakers regarding the first 3 months journey on their respective B school. So first we'll hear from Ankita, like how the first 3 months look like and what are things you should focus on and you should not focus on. Can you please guide the students regarding this?
Yeah, sure. Like, I think the first 3 months are the most hectic months in any MBA college. And specifically when I joined, I was so scared because there were so many things to do. We hardly used to sleep. But I think so the foremost thing that we need to look into is making your CV. I think so that's the first thing. As soon as we joined in the second week of our MBA, we were asked to make the CVs, and then we had rounds where first the seniors used to check the CVs, they used to verify it. Then we had the placements round where they used to vet the CVs and see like if all the backgrounds are correct. So I mean, ideally, you should have that in your mind, like what is your work experience? If you're a fresher, what are the major points that you have done? That needs to be done because alongside that, you'll be having your classes that will be through day to night. I mean, till evening, and then you have to also do assignments, and there's so many things. And again, just you look into it, and there'll be 1 month, and after 1 month, you'll have your SIP. So the first thing, focus on your resume, your CV. Second thing, start preparing for your SIP. I mean, obviously, when you join your MBA, you have this focus, you want to go to consulting, PM, SNM. So I mean, I wanted to go to PM, but I ended up in consulting. But yeah, so basically for that also PM, I used to focus more on guesstimates, and I had a shortlist for BCG. So MBB is the top three companies that come like during the first day or second day. And so I started preparing for like all the case that we have. So we will get IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Lucknow. These three were the main case books that I focused on. And then you have to look into the approach. We have MECE approach. So focus on that. Focus on all the frameworks that we have. But again, don't get stuck over there, because that's one thing that happened with me. If you like work on 30 to 40 cases, then sometimes what happens is that you don't think outside of the box. So, I mean, learn the frameworks, but also use logic and applications and think analytically, yeah, if this works or not, and if there's some other better approach that you can use. So that is it. I mean, CV, SIP, prep. That's the three. I mean, two things that I focused on majorly. Classes, I think so. We all can manage that. We have done our bachelor's, so it's not a, I mean, much difficult task. So major thing is, I think so. The objective of MBA, if you come over here, it's like to get a good placements, and to get a good placements, really good to have a good SIP. If you have a good SIP, even if you don't get a PPO, right, you will have that, okay, this SIP was a very reputed company, and you'll definitely get better opportunities, in the finals also. So, I mean, that is it for me. I think so. These are the major areas that you need to like look into.
Great, Ankita. So just one doubt I have here, like that would be, I think, from all the MBA students who are going to join IIM Kozhikode. So, what are the like timelines on which your placement committee or other committee selection process will happen?
Mm. So I think so. As soon as you join, the second, third week, you'll have 1 week where you have all the cultural competitions that you have, and just after that gets over, you will be thrown under the work of CV and also the placements process. So I think so. As soon as the cultural competition that ends, we have the placements process, selection process that basically lasts for 1.5, 2 weeks, and it's a very rigorous process. I mean, you will not be able to sleep, you have to work throughout the night. So that's just a gist of the placements committee that happens. But yeah, that's the timeline how it goes.
Great. Now we'll hear from Vedansh. about the first 3 months from XIMB point of view.
Sure, sure. So, see, in any B school, the first 3 months are going to be the most amazing months, right? I can say that if you're mentally prepared, if you are an individuals, and I have seen a lot of people go in B school without having any background context, right? Please have a background context, what is going to happen, so that you should be mentally prepared. It should not come out of the blue. If it is going to be coming out of the blue, you will be probably getting frustrated and you will feel that why I'm doing an MBA, right? So please give yourself at least 1 month of time, mentally get prepared, talk with your seniors, what is going to happen, right? How, what are things I should be preparing well in advance so that I should not feel the heat. Okay, so I was prepared because I was having the backup of some of the seniors. I talked with some of the alums, what is going to happen, what kind of things I should be keeping in mind. A lot of them don't used to disclose it because they don't wanted to show the legacy part, what generally happens, and it's a part of our culture. But yeah, they told me what are the things that you should be keeping in mind. So I was prepared with most of the part. I was prepared with my first draft of CV, some case competition achievements. I was prepared some part. But again, when I went ahead, it was totally different experience. We were given a lot of cultural, I can say, networking opportunities. So at this initial phases, a lot of committees come together. They organize a lot of events for us so that we, as a batch, we can interact with each other. So we had a lot of those competitions going on. We used to interact with each other. We used to make teams. That was going on in parallel. Case competition, all these things got started. So we were participating in that. And then majorly at night, our evening phase, we used to have this placement preparation. So our seniors used to come. They used to share us the insights how placement season normally works. They used to resume vetting, how to create resumes. Then we used to have expert workshops. So how to create our CVs, what are the things we can do. Then there were certification opportunities. There was opportunity given to us in order to level up our CV. So that all thing happened majorly in the first month itself. So it was a whole hustle and bustle journey. At my time, I was doing an online. It was online because of COVID. So it was easier for us to focus. I will be very honest. It was easier for us to focus because most of the things were online. We were having a schedule that okay, 15 minutes I can sleep, 15 minutes I can do this thing. So we were clear about it. But in offline mode, I can say about in second year, some part of first year we spent in our campus because then COVID again came in. Then we just dispersed again to online mode. But uh, when we compared it with the online offline journey is pretty much harder because then you need to also go to that particular room or campus, right? Sometimes for placement committee, I can say you need to dress up yourself because they also do this dress code checking, right? So all those things are part. It's a part of every B school so that you should remain prepared. So first lesson is please be prepared mentally before getting into any B school. Understand the culture, what is going to happen. Take the help of some seniors. Do not take help of direct seniors. Okay, obviously they are not going to tell you everything from the starting. Please take help of some of the alums, right, or some of your whatever your friends, if they have been a part of any B school, just take their help. I use the technique. The second part is please have your profile ready. Do not wait that okay, I will go in this B school and I will create my profile. No, you will not get time. The competition will already start from the day one itself. So please prepare a profile, at least the basic profile before getting the B school. Prepare a CV, have a first draft ready. Participate in some competition, have the idea how competitions work, win some quizzes. If you have work experience, a lot of your part is clear. Most of your questions on your summer internship will be part of your work experience, so no need to focus a lot about it. If you are a fresher, you need to focus some on certification courses if that is possible for you, or probably take some mentorship or guidance on how to level up your profile. So that will help. Summer internship part is not going to be really active. You just need to be real. You just need to be good in your communication and your, I can say, focus in the domain in which you want to get into. Because we were in HR, our thing was pretty much clear. Some students who were part of BM batch, business management profile, they were having marketing, operations, finance, all those kind of things. So from their experience, I got to know that they need to have a clarity of which role or domain they want to be part of, because these opportunities come to you randomly, right? It's not just focused opportunity. Sometimes you will get finance related opportunities, sometimes operation related opportunities. So be really clear of your role or domain that you want to get into. Take help as much as possible. But yes, first 3 months is going to be really, really learning immense. Be there with an open mindset. That's my suggestion for this.
Great, great, Vedansh. Now we will hear from Shalini about first 3 months in perspective of IIFT Kolkata campus.
The first 3 months are hectic, treacherous, torturous, but one of the best initial days, an honest review. Vedansh very rightly said that he come with a good mindset. Ensure that you're prepped up for what's coming ahead, because there will come a point in time where you're expected to do everything and you're expected to ace everything, because that's what your next few days will depend on. There will be a thousands of tasks that you're supposed to get done off, and your to-do list will be a never-ending thing. So it is difficult, but at the same time, it gets over. Everybody gets through it. It's important to remember that part as well. And everybody will be there together sailing in that same boat, and you're not different. So just keep that in mind. About the SIP and preparations, resume is the first and the most important thing. You should be very clear on what you want to put out forth. Also, just one tip, for people who are still in that phase that, hey, they're still not 100% sure that they want to target only, let's say, the marketing roles. There might be different resumes that you want to keep handy for the different set of roles that come in. Just one tip. You as the students prepping up for MBA entrances and the interviews, you've been reading up current affairs, newspapers, and everything. Don't leave that habit. At least be abreast with the industry knowledge of what's going around in the industry. There are massive changes and shifts happening, and in the SIP, it's about you, getting to know you, and your knowledge of what you've given the interviewer. They will not most likely question you out front on anything that's out of the blue, but make sure that whatever you say, you write, you like in your hobbies as well, you know everything in depth about it. So it might not be possible for you to go look for things in detail. Set up alerts on your phone. If you're interested in one thing, if you're interested in one company or anything, go set up alerts. That's a good handy way to stay abreast of the news. The other things, I would say that invest in your presentation skills as well, invest in your communication skills as well. These are the two things that will also come in handy. A lot of times you might be asked to submit a few things, and the presentation skills will also come in handy with the case comms, which again come with a lot of great opportunities with PPIs, PPOs, and other perks. So these are the things that I would say invest on. And yeah, Ankita rightly said, you just will manage classes. Everybody will. There's nothing to fret about it. Most of the things will be practical, assignment based, not something very bookish. So should be good.
Great, Shalini. Just one question, like I have, maybe most of the students will have. So, what they should do now in order to thrive, during SIP or the internship process, so like before joining the B school.
So there are two types of students. You might be a fresher, you might come up with some work experience. If you have work experience, ensure that you are thoroughly abreast for the interviews, for what kind of questions that might come up to you. The second is start learning about basic concepts of the domain that you're interested in. If you're interested in, let's say, product management, get to understand what does a PM interview look like. What is it that they are expecting? What are the basic frameworks that role or the person pursuing that particular role is expected to know? Similar for marketing and other areas as well, right? Ankita talked thoroughly about the uh, cases and the other prep, business cases prep. That's also important. So these are the things that will come in handy, definitely. For the people who are not coming up with a lot of work experience, try to get some live internship opportunities if you are getting any. That's a good add-on. Do some certifications which upskill you and not just for certifications sake. So invest your time in these things. That will be handy. That will be good.
Great. Thank you, Shalini. So now we'll hear from Tushar about the first 3 months journey in IMT Ghaziabad.
Thank you, Abhay. I think all the points so far have cleared all the B schools, I think, because it's all about, like Shalini also put it, it's treacherous. After a point, it gets treacherous because everything is expected at a given deadline, and that same deadline is for every other task as well. So, how do you manage? It comes to a point where you are melting down, you're overwhelmed, but you get through it, obviously. Uh, the prep, as anyone would ask, Vedansh had put it very well that you need to be aware of what will be expected out of you once you enter the B school. It shouldn't be a complete hit and miss. You should at least know what a basic outline would look like, because we have all seen people who will come in and not even know that in the next 1 month we would be prepping for summer internships. So that is like, at that point you have already lost the race against everyone else, because it's just people would be far ahead. People would already have done certifications, who are like watching streams like this, would know what they have to do once you enter. So if you're already on the back foot, then it's very hard to catch up as well. So being aware of the situation and what is expected is very important. So getting into the specifics, the first month would obviously be entailed by the cultural fests and the networking opportunities, because people from very diverse backgrounds are coming into one house. So now to meet other people and to get networking is also very important for any B school student, because your contacts and your networking is what will help you in the next 2 years to survive this deadline mess that is being created. Those friendships and those connections would help you a lot in getting through those difficult moments. So that is also very important. But once those 2 weeks, initial 2 weeks are done, you should be clear with what club or committee you are going to opt for, basically. If you are opting for placement committees and you are ready for those long tireless hours in the night, then so be it. But if you have different interests, like you want to do entrepreneurship and you want to join that cell, then fair game, and you should go for that. But you should be clear in your head as the top three priority lists, which club or committee do you want to get into, especially if you are a fresher, because a fresher has nothing in their CV. Now, me telling here that you should be prepared and you should know everything does nothing to a fresher right now, because he's as confused as anyone in this world. He would not know what to opt for. So just being clear after those 2 weeks as to which club or committee he wants to enter is a good step in the right direction, because that matters a lot when you're sitting for a summer internship interview. The majority of the questions asked to a fresher would come from those areas then, because that is the only thing in his CV. Now the certifications, as Shalini had put it, that you should do those certifications that would add value to you, value to your own CV or to your own profile, or help you in working towards a way where you see yourself in a domain. So your domain selection is also very important. Like coming from a core background, you need to at least have some idea of which domain would you want in the second year, like which domain excites you. And then if it doesn't come that way, and there are opportunities coming in the operations side of things, if you're interested in marketing and operations opportunities are coming and you feel that that might be a good shout for you, then go for it. But at least be have some direction when you are entering the B school setup after 1 month of having survived there. After that, the second month goes completely into the summer internship prep. The summer internship prep is done usually by the second year club and committee seniors for their own juniors. So they review their CVs. There is also official vetting of documents and background checks, as has been already said. That is common for all the B schools. The placement committee would check all the details in your CV and make sure that everything comes aligns to what you have written in the CV, basically. So that is a part of official process. And then when you enter the like when the negatives have started and when the first company has started in, that is when the real struggle starts for everyone, basically. Once you start seeing people getting into companies is where you feel that you have lost out. That is where the hardest period, I think, is, because then you just accept any role that you are being offered at that point. If it is good enough, it is good enough. But I can say it is easy to refrain from it, but I know in my own capacity, I've been there, and how difficult it is to say no to an opportunity just because it's not fitting one particular mold that I've set for myself. But it is what it is. You have to be sure in that moment that what you're doing is right for your own career in the long run, basically. If you don't see yourself doing operations in the long run, then don't opt for it. In because your short term, like your SIPs, would mean a lot when you're taking a full time opportunity in the next year. So it would be a detrimental role in a way if you're not planning to end up there, because everyone question, like the entire final placement interview would be revolving around what you have done in the summer internships and what the project was about. A major part of it is. So that is what I can tell you. Anything else?
Thank you, Tushar. Actually, we have, since you have highlighted this CV background check, we have a question in comment section.
Hmm.
So do they ask like placement committee? Do they ask for proofs for all the pointers in CV? And should I start approaching my college professors for those things? And what kind of certificates, proof I need to have?
So if you think about it, it is very common sense if you would put that into perspective. Like, not certificates as such, but some acknowledgement of a fact that you have written in your CV needs to be there, right? If you are putting something official on board, then there has to be some official sense of acknowledgement for that fact, if it is numerical or otherwise. So if he's talking about a college professor, then getting an email on an official email ID from an official email ID from that college professor acknowledging the same point should be enough, or was enough for our college at least.
I think that answers the question. So now we'll move ahead with the uh, case competitions part of the workshop. So first we'll start with Ankita. So like Ankita, can you tell the case competition culture in I am Code, and like some of the students which are very new to this, so how they should manage these case competitions? And right now this current scenario, we are seeing that most of the companies are hiring through case competition even in summer internship. So like, can you highlight those, that culture also in from I am Code perspective?
Yeah, Abhay, that's true actually. So, right now, if you see, there are many companies that approach you even in the first semester, and we have so many case competitions over there. Now, the problem is in the first semester, right, we are not much aware how to structure our thoughts into PPTs. So, we don't know that. We have ideas, we have good ideas, we can think about it, but how you frame it, how you structure it, that's what we need to learn. And not everyone has the basic skills also of PPT. So I think so that helps if you from the very beginning, if you start participating in this competition, at least you might win it, you might not, but it definitely helps you for other competitions also that might happen later on. And yeah, like you mentioned, there are many companies that will come even in the like second month, as soon as you join MBA, and they will give you a summer internship on basis of that. And honestly, the market right now is not as good as it used to be, so it's definitely better if you're already prepared and if you get a company beforehand, like everyone else. So that definitely helps you also, and you can focus on other things apart from the, like, once you're done with the case competition, once you get the PPO, or once you get the summer internship also, you can focus on other aspects also, like if you want to improve your CGPA, if you want to go to foreign exchange, so you need to have a certain CGPA also. So basically, yes, there are many companies that will come, and I think so the focus needs to be there. um Basically, in most of the case competition, you will see they will ask for 3 to 4 people that they apply. Then you'll have the campus finalists, so they will select the top 3 4 teams from your campus, and then these teams will go, again depends on the competition, they will go to the final national competition that are there with competing with the other B schools that we have. So basically, yes, these are the major points that I would look into.
Great, Ankita. Now we'll ask Vedansh to highlight this point and tell us some perspective from XIMB angle.
Sure. So as I have already mentioned, I was a core committee member of Exemplar. So we in XIMB we have a case competition committee. It's totally focused on case competition, and from Exemplar perspective, we try our level best to skill up and get as many achievements as we can. So from the first year itself, we start organizing a lot of informal competition. Then we go ahead with the master classes. So as a core member, we used to, and even the current core members, they organize the master classes. They invite external speakers. They invite the seniors and also some of the external college seniors who have won something. And then we have a repository. So at XM, we have a repository of all the winner presentations, templates, all the resources that is required. So from the resources perspective, we travel level is to give everything to all the students and to all the batchmen to keep everyone on the same track. Now, difference starts from how you're participating, how you're creating your team. So in these dummy competitions, XIMB gives an opportunity for you to in order to do permutation combination team members. So there are different formats of case competitions because obviously we have now seen that there are multiple rounds. First round can be quiz, it can be simulation, it can be direct presentation submission, depends. So we try our level best to do as many permutation combination of the first round and multiple rounds that we can in order to help develop that mindset that how to proceed and how to approach the case competition and how to select your team members. Obviously, you cannot have same team for all the case competitions. There are different ways of selecting team members. So these all competitions help to create a good base. Once we have a good base, once we have good knowledge, okay, how to approach it, then we start participating a lot of B school competition in order to get the flavor of how different students are working. So I did it extremely, I can say in an intensive fashion. I used to participate in multiple competitions like anything, and I was fortunate enough to have my team members and my batchmates who were even passionate for that. So we participated in more than 150, 200 competitions in overall journey. I can say we lost a lot of them, but we won even a lot of them because of that particular probability of understanding how these formats work, what are things we should be keeping in mind. After some time, because we know in HR there are several structure and format, there are specific set of questions that we are going to get. So we were so confident that we used to use same presentation every competition and we used to win because we were really, I can say, polished till second year of our B school. So to all the students who are going to participate in case competition, you are going to start your journey. From the starting, don't make a mindset I want to win. From the starting, just make a mindset I want to collect as many resources I can. Collect resources, talk with people, collect presentations, see how they are formatting it, how they're structuring it, how they're storylining, right? What are the structures, frameworks they are using, what resources they have used, refer to those resources. You will see a same pattern. Whatever competition it is, marketing, operations, nothing matter. Same structure, same format is there in most of the competitions. 10-step method, you can just reach out to a lot of winners. You will get the approach of how to crack that particular thing. Use that same method, try to win at least one or two competition at B school or E school level. It will help you to bring the confidence, right? Doesn't matter how many participants were there, two, three participants, doesn't matter. Just win some competition at the starting. You'll get the confidence when you get that first prize money. I'll be very honest, even if it is 500 rupees. My first prize money, I remember it was 500 something rupees, and I got it from a B school only. And I was so happy that okay, this is something that I'm getting right. And then in my whole college journey, we were having an aim that okay, we want to get PPO, PPI, but we also want to earn it. It was kind of side income for us because we were winning a lot of competition. So have an aim attached. After you are starting, after you are clear with the mindset that okay, I've learned a lot of things, I am now experimenting. Now I have an aim. Your aim could be getting a PPO, PPI, earning money, getting a pride. It's totally on you, but have a why you're participating in a competition. If you're not having a why, your motivation will totally go down because case competition not easy. I'll be very honest with you. You will lose a lot. You will win one or two out of it. Okay, so please have a clear why. Have your group of resources ready. Don't share it. No need to share it, but try to collect it. Have your focus team member that okay, these are my team members with whom I'm going to work. Do not shy away from making team with new team members, right? Do not shy away from interacting with B school members of other colleges. But I have seen a lot of people because of competition mindset, they don't interact with them. Okay, why I should be making team with them? That's a wrong approach. At the end of the day, you need to understand you are learning, right? So please learn from other B school team members also how they are proceeding, what kind of approaches they have used. So yeah, participate in as many case competitions. The starting journey start with B school or E school competition, can go with corporate. If you are already in a journey, then go full-fledged fashion, collect resources, take mentorship sessions, help, and you're good to go.
That's great, Vedansh. Uh, Actually, we have a question for Ankita. So, Ankita, since you talked about exchange program, foreign exchange program, so what are the benefits and criteria for that? Like, uh, one candidate is asking.
Yeah, so like specifically for IMK, they consider your first and second year semester CGPA. So it should be a good one. So we have overall 4.33. So I would say anything above 3.1 is good enough for getting a foreign exchange. Then there's a bidding process where you'll have many like universities of Europe, and they you have to basically bid for those I mean, universities, if you're interested in those universities. And what happens is then they decide that if you're eligible enough, and then you will be selected for those. So like around 4 to 5 students are selected for per university, and you have to do one semester abroad if you consider over there, and you'll be taking the exams, the test everywhere. Now why do you want to go over there? Of course, the biggest thing is that the global exposure you have, the networking you do, definitely it helps you, it helps your communication skills, it helps your overall personality also, I would say. So those 3 months, and it's a different experience, I would say. Like, you're already doing 5 semester over here in IIM, so I think so it's good to learn from your other peers also. So that is why I think so. I mean, I regret it a lot that I did not go for a foreign exchange. I should have, like, and I would urge people to also go for it. So just focus on the CGP. I mean, that is the basic criteria that we look into. And just also focus, talk to your seniors. Basically, they'll tell you that if your CGPA is 3.1, which is a borderline, so you should apply for only the bottom five university. Or if you're very good CGPA, suppose 3.8, then you can apply the top five university. So it depends on your CGPA. You apply for it, you get it, and then yes, you do your fifth semester abroad.
Okay, I think that clarified the doubt. We have one question for Vedansh as well. Since Vedansh has talked about dividing the team and giving the responsibility, so one person is asking, how do you divide responsibility within a team for a case competition or case study?
Sure, sure. So, firstly, before getting into any team, firstly identify your strength areas and your weakness areas, right? Be self aware. For my case, I was good with presentation preparation and creating ideas. I was not good with the structuring part. I wanted someone who is good with structuring part, probably good with frameworks, probably good with finance part. I used to hate finance at the starting, so probably good with finance. So I started figuring out people who are good with those things. And I started having discussions with them that, hey, I want to participate in these competitions. The expectation is this, I am good with this, and I want you to please work with me on these parts. Are you interested with this? So we used to have discussions before creating team. We used to set expectations among each other, and then accordingly we used to move forward. We used to have clear expectation divided that, okay, I will be creating the overall presentation. We used to brainstorm together, obviously on a single document. We used to cross question ourselves that why this solution will work, why the solution may not work. A lot of cross questioning will go in that part. So we want people who have different strength areas. It should not be all the individuals are good with everything. Probably that team may not work. We want individuals who have certain strength so that you can leverage their strength and we all can work in a synergistic fashion. So that's all about it. Have team members who have different strength areas. Make them realize you have this strength area. Please do work with me on that. Probably I'm not good with that, but I will help you in this particular part. So it's all about collaboration at the end of the day.
Okay, now we'll move to Shalini. And Shalini, can you tell us the case competition culture in IIFT, and also can you tell the experience of winning racket case competition, like in a brief?
Um, I think pretty much has already been said by Ankita Vedansh, but IIFT also focuses a lot on the case comps like all other business schools, and rightly so, because it comes with great perks, not just PPO, PPIs, the cash prize, and the other perks of giving you the exposure. I know for a fact that in the past, I have heard that there have been people who have paid part of their MBA fees using the case comp money that they've won. So the corporate case competitions will give you a lot of perks, and that should be enticing enough for you to take part into it. Despite the odds of you winning or losing, it will be a great learning experience. On the team aspect, just one point that I would also like to highlight. A great point when Vedansh said that, hey, be self aware. Me as an individual will not be good at everything that a case comp will require. There will be several rounds. One might be simulation, presentation, an in person presentation where you have to talk through the story and structure as well. So keep the things, all of these things in mind, and ensure that you have a team where, as a team, you're good at these things and you have greater chances of getting through all of these rounds together as a team. So that's other. About Racket Global Challenge, it was a great experience. It came with a lot of perks, great cash prize. We went to Singapore as well. It was a funded trip by Racket. We visited their offices, their industrial plants, got a great exposure there. The added advantage was that the final for that particular case comp was on NDTV. So it was television, and everybody in the family got to watch that. I regret not taking case comps very seriously from the beginning of my MBA journey, but I was fortunate enough to have great friends who pushed me to do that, and eventually I realized and ended up winning it. For I already had a PPO by that time. All of my team members did, but for the ones who did not, it's a great opportunity to get a PPI or a PPO through that route too, and it's much easier. Because you've already proved for a fact that you are capable of doing something, you have the problem solving capability. So half of your job is already done. So yes, it comes with a great perks. You might win or lose, but stay in it for learning, and you will definitely win a few.
Yeah, thanks, Shalini, for highlighting that. Now we'll move to Tushar. And before this, I would like to tell you guys Debolina will not be able to join because of some connectivity issue. And this whole workshop will happen among all four speakers. Okay, I would like to ask Tushar to tell us the case competition culture in IMT Ghaziabad, and also you can briefly tell about the Flipkart ad as well.
Thanks, Abhay. So, as it is for every other B school in IMT Ghaziabad as well, case competitions is big. So, like speaking to the people who are getting into college right now or B schools, case competition would be an important part of your entire journey. So, I would recommend that you join it as soon as possible. I myself, like Shalini had put, we regret that those who don't join it in the first year would regret it in the second year. It is a very good opportunity for all of us to like just stand out and show that we are capable of solving those problems that the companies are currently facing. It is a very good recruitment round as well for most of the companies right now. Like in my second year, I could see all the companies were putting in case competitions to get the hiring done for the juniors. So it is a common trend now. Plus they already get to see what you're capable of and how far would you go to solve a problem for them. So they see a potential employee in you or they don't. Like that is the selection that they're doing inherently. Now my suggestion to you in terms of team, we have talked about how to select your teams, but once you've gotten the case, don't shy away from putting in the effort of going on ground. Like whatever access you have in your entire city, just make sure you go on ground and see for real that your actions or like that the recommendations that you're giving are even executable or not, because they are looking for real life solutions. They're not looking for like global gyan is what we say in MBA. They're not looking for something global. They're looking for real life actionable intel from you. So if you go on ground, you're able to dissect that in a way like what is the public image inherently and what you're thinking could be completely different. So going on ground gives you that edge over everyone else in competition. Apart from that, learn to play the devil's advocate whenever we are like suggesting a solution to any problem. One of the team members has to play devil's advocate and keep questioning the idea till it is rock solid. Like it is just a way to get through that solution. Your solution might be 50% right, but until and unless it's questioned enough times and it's put under the radar, it is not going to yield the same result. Like making it completely foolproof is very important, any solution. Apart from that, make sure you submit. Like there are case competitions that will not excite you as much, but make sure you do come up with a solution. Like Vedansh told that he was using the same PPT for all the competitions. Just form that PPT in some way that you have to make a submission. Not making a submission is not an option because it is about hit and miss. You will get through some or the other. First rounds is basically hit and miss because it's three sliders. So you can't really convey everything that you have in your mind yet, or you have not conceptualized it enough, but you have to make the pitch. If you don't make the pitch, you'll not get in. So just make sure you are making the pitch enough times so that you get in some or the other way, is what I would say.
Thanks, Tushar, for highlighting this. So we have one question in the comment section that what are the resources which we can use for case competition prep before joining MBA? So can you tell about that?
So is it to me or like can it? What is
Like,
the situation?
I'm
Okay.
asking it to you. You can answer this.
Yeah. So before joining MBA, you can read some of the cases. You can put it online. You can search for cases, case studies. There are different. I can put in the resources as well to you so that you can put it on your page. There are some different like online libraries where you get a different range of cases from different industries. You can read those. You might not get it yet, but once you start attending B school and you start interacting with everyone, you'd be able to get a sense of what they are looking for, and there are questions attached to each case comp. There are different corporate cases as well that you can read, like the previous year's case that came for different corporate setups like Reckitt or like Flipkart or like GSK, anything. Supposedly that could also be a way to approach case competitions initially. Apart from that, just make sure your solutions are actionable.
I would also like to highlight one point. So Tushar has collaborated with Grad partners last year as well, and we have one masterclass on Flipkart Wired. So you can refer that masterclass for learning about the case competition, and they are like presenting their solution as well. So you can learn from the winners of Flipkart Wired. So that would be helpful for you guys. So in due time now, we'll take up Q&A only since we have already crossed 50 minutes. And there was one question for Ankita. Like one person, Divya, was asking, what is the exactly happen in bidding process for exchange program?
For exchange program, basically, bidding, you will get a list of universities, and that will be ranked. It might not be ranked. You actually have to ask your seniors. Like last year, also you need to do a research. Basically, last year for this person, if that person had this much CGPA, then which university did he apply for that? And if he applied, did he get it or was he shortlisted? So. I mean, that's how the bidding process happens. You need to select a few universities that you want to apply in. It might happen that you'll apply the top five and you might end up with no foreign exchange university. So that also should happen. So you should know about your CGPA, do a due research, ask your seniors how it happened with them. How, I mean, what CGPA goes for which university, you need to do that analysis and accordingly select your universities. Think about it like these two are my aim ambition. It might be difficult for me, but you'll write those two names, write three universities that you know that you'll definitely get in your CGPA. So that's how you approach the bidding process over there.
So now we have one question for Shalini. So what is the approach of getting live projects being in first year of MBA?
Um, look out online. That's definitely one. Reach out to people randomly on LinkedIn as well. If you see, and reach out to startups who are still young in their initial stage because they'll have a lot of work and you will be able to learn a lot there. Don't really look for incentives, would be my first thing. But if you're getting it, then nothing like it. And incentive need not only be in the form of stipend or money. Maybe they offer you some internship opportunity, let's say after a 4 weeks of live project. So reach out to people, keep looking online. There are certain platforms as well that have uh, I remember there were few like some product ones which used to have some product case competitions where people used to submit their decks and design cases solving a problem where people hire startups usually are hiring and looking for interns. That's also a good platform. But keep an eye on LinkedIn and other areas. There are a lot of times that your B schools will also give out the opportunity of live projects. But yeah, keep an open eye, reach out to people. That's the best way.
So here I would also like to highlight one point. Grad Partners is also, hiring campus ambassador interns for this batch 27. So you can apply for campus ambassador on our website, and you can also get a CV pointer before even joining your MBA. So now moving on to the next question to Vedansh. Samyak is asking how to choose a domain, and he's not clear, and he would like to explore. So what he can do for this?
Sure. So see, domain selection is not easy. Okay, and if you select a wrong domain, it's just like doing an MBA again. Okay, because a lot of, I can say, students do an MBA. Even I was one of them, to change our domain. Right, I was working on a full stack developer. I was not liking that profile. I was good at it, but I don't want to do it for a long time. So please, in order to choose the domain, firstly do internship it. You have time. Do internships or live project. That's the first and the most important thing. Do core internship. Don't do short term internship, 1 week, 2 week internship just for the sake of doing it. No, do core internship. Go in office, see how people work in that domain and profile. It will give you the real life scenario, what people do in their day-to-day life. First part. Second part is talk with people, right? If you are interested in marketing domain, have discussions with some of the people who are working in marketing domain, what they do. Have discussion with the people who are in sales domain, what they do. Because see, marketing, a lot of people are scared to do sales. A lot of time, the kind of profile that come in these B schools, especially for internships, are inclined towards sales, right? So if you're not good with sales, but probably you need to think again. So think how sales work, what are the core domains of marketing, what's the difference between marketing, advertising, what's the different domains. If I'm not going to get into marketing, but I've selected marketing, now what I should be doing, whether you should be going in project management, product management part, or what you should be doing next. If you're interested in HR, what should be what HR normally does, right? It's about employee engagement, it's about structuring, it's about strategy creation, what consulting means. Again, start having discussion with some consultants. That's the best way. So firstly, try to get some hands-on experience if that is possible for you. Secondly, have discussions with some of the people who are already working in the industry for some time. And to get a real picture, get the discussion or get the insights from the people who have just joined it. So those individuals who have worked in for 1 year or 2 years, they will give you the real life scenario and real picture of what is really happening in the market, what's the current scenario, because that is the real gist that is, you are going to face after 1 and 2 years in the market, right? So have discussions and try to get your hands on. That's the best way. There are other ways, read about it, but that is not going to give you a real scenario. I can write an article, I can frame any picture. That is not going to give you a real life scenario. The real life scenario can be only done by trying your hands on or having the real discussions with the people who are currently working there.
Okay, now moving on to the next question. So it was for Tushar. So how did IMTs focus on case-based learning and presentation prepare you for client interactions? I think someone in second year is asking this question.
Okay. So, as the person who is in the second year would know, our curriculum is based on experience-based learning or case-based learning, as we call it. There is assignments that we have to submit on different case studies for different subjects that we have opted for, and based on that, our preparation happens. So every week, basically, we are giving a presentation on a different case, explaining the case, and also solving it in a particular way as we deem fit for that particular subject. So that helps a lot in the entire learning and in client interaction in the future as well, because as in when you join your organizations, you'd be seeing that your clients always are approaching you for solutions. That is one of the major parts to your job, like basically to mine. If you are managing accounts, you need to keep them happy and you need to make sure that they are not facing any problems. So it helps in presenting yourself, it helps in the presentation aspect of it, and you're always thinking in a problem solving scenario. So that helps a lot. Plus it helps in like learning, and instead of the theory based learning, if you are actually applying it to a particular case based scenario, it helps in retaining it as well for a longer period of time.
Again, the next question again for Ankita. So someone is asking like he wants to join Accenture, he wants to do internship in Accenture. So what kind of tips and tricks that you would suggest to him, and preparation strategies?
So like I mentioned before, you need to focus first CV. Second, then you come to the cases that you need to learn. You focus on the case books that are provided by your college. Don't just focus on your college. I would say A, B, and L. I really, really like them. And you come to Accenture. How the process runs is that first you'll have a buddy round once you are shortlisted. And in this buddy round, what happened for me is that they asked a small case. It turned out to be IIM Ahmedabad's first case that we had. So that was my luck. But again, it's good to be prepared. You can directly get a direct question from the book. It was good. It went well. Then you again have a managerial round where a manager, you have a session or a call with the manager. It for me it went around 1.5 hours, and I was asked one question related to the domain that I'm working on, and the second question was again a market entry case. So again, that market entry case went really well, and for all my preparation, I just focused on the case books that we received, made also prepared it with my friends. How I used to initially do it, first for the initial days I used to just go and go through all the case, like what is the question, what is the answer. But that's not a good approach. You have one or two friends, you interact with them, make it as if that person is your interviewer, and you're actually, he's taking your interview or she's taking your interview, and you're answering, and that's how you solve it. This is for the cases. Also be prepared about the guesstimates. I think so guesstimates is also very important in terms of Accenture, and I've seen it from my friends also that that was a question they are asked.
Okay, I think that has clarified the doubt. So now, with respect of time, we'll move on to the last question for Shalini. So Shalini, when Venkata is asking, can you suggest a course that would help him to learn project management insights? He wants to do, I think, major in project management.
So, just FYI, project and product management are two different things. Get clarity around those. A lot of people will end up asking you this eventually. If your question is specifically for project management, learn more on things which are process oriented and how you can be efficient. So, for instance, learn about the tools like Jira or any other project management tools, be it ADO or any other things that will come in handy. If your question was about product management, then go for upskilling. Figma is definitely one which might take you some time, but once you learn it, it is one of the most powerful questions. Sorry, it is one of the most powerful tools. Do learn how to structure your things. It's important, and it's not just important for product management, but for all domains. There will come a point where you have to structure everywhere. Interviews, you'll have to structure. For any presentation, you'll have to structure. So ensure you have your strong capability of storytelling skills. So those are the two important things that I'll suggest. And AI, definitely. It's changing the way we work. So if we talk about project management, there's a lot of automation happening here. How you can utilize that power of the tools and make your work easier and make yourself more efficient. Learn about that. There are a lot of courses coming up, but don't just go for a course for the sake of going for a course. Ensure you're upskilling yourself.
Great, great. So I would like to conclude our today's workshop. Thank you for all the speakers to collaborating with Grad partners and accepting our invitation. And thank you to all the students for being here and clarifying their doubts regarding MBA journey. I would also like to mention Grad partners hosts case competition on its website, and we are going to host Sipla Alive's season 4 in coming July. So I would like you guys to participate in that and get maximum out of it. Thank you again, everyone.